The Forum was opened in 2001. Many people will know that it replaced the Norwich Central Library and a car park, and we'll have more about that later. But first, let's go way back in time. Beginning at the northern corner of the Forum site in Bethel Street, we'll then go into St Peter Street, Haymarket, William Booth Street and Theatre Street before going into Ladies Lane, shown here in yellow, which used to run across the site. So we'll begin by travelling down Bethel Street towards St Peter Mancroft Church. Getting nearer the corner, a number of shops and businesses occupied the site, which had previously been stables for the Wheatsheaf Inn on the opposite side of the street. The corner site was occupied by J. Wones, fruit merchant, seen here in 1936 and here in 1961, just before the demolition for the Central Library. This is the location in 2021. This is the rear view in 1961 with demolition taking place. Further down St Peter Street, this is the site of the former White Swan pub, occupied in 1961 by Johnson, Burton and Theobald, motor, electrical, wireless and cycle manufacturers. Next up, in 1939, The Toy Shop, the Free Trade pub and Reliance Garage, seen here in the opposite direction, and this is the 2021 location with the horses of the earlier shot replaced by a library van. This is the Haymarket in 1966 with Lambert's Warehouse, the site of which is now occupied by Next, with the Forum there in the background. Church Street was renamed William Booth Street after the founder of the Salvation Army. What is now the side of McDonald's had been the stables of the George and Dragon public house. Church Street had been a narrow thoroughfare leading to St Stephen's Church, and whether William Booth would be happy at having the current nondescript area named for him would be interesting to know. At the end of William Booth Street we join Theatre Street, looking like this in 1938 and like this today. So we are now going back up Theatre Street, where we find the Shakespeare pub, appropriately enough opposite the theatre, and beyond that the Presbyterian Church. You can also see the entrance to Ladies Lane, and this is where it was. There's some dispute as to whether it's Lady or Ladies Lane, but I'm going with the latter, as that's what the sign says, albeit without an apostrophe. And this was Ladies Lane. On the left as we look we had number 9, and then a medical institute at number 11 until the late 1940s, and then we had Jasmine House. Across the lane on the east side, this was at number 10, and then St Peter's Methodist Chapel, which had been built in 1824. The entrance to Ladies Lane can still be seen here as the new library was erected, and indeed its route was retained in front of the library and renamed Esperanto Way after an international language. Much of the frontage was given over to car parking. As well as books, the library had documents dating back to the year 1090, a record library and the American Air Division Memorial Library. Tragically, much was either damaged or destroyed in the fire of the 1st of August 1994. It was the worst British library fire in living memory. Archaeological investigation of the cleared site found artefacts from the Viking invasion through to the Middle Ages. Work began on a replacement building, the Forum, in 1999, and it was opened to the public in 2001 with an official opening by the Queen the following year. The route of Ladies Lane or Esperanto Way would run through the building at this point, but has in a sense been replaced by Will Kemp Way at the back of the site. The Morris danced from London to Norwich, apparently after falling out with Shakespeare, and concluded by jumping over the wall of the St John Maddermarket Church. So that's the story of the Forum, which, like a phoenix from the ashes, has completed the city's civic centre, first envisioned early in the 20th century. As well as having the most used library in the country, the forum is also home to the BBC, restaurants and other facilities.